gentlemen, at this time, I would like to introduce to each and every one of you, Marshall, the Bull Gambino!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new creation, a new vision in Western Pennsylvania professional wrestling. Prospect Pro Wrestling is on the air. I am your host, Joe Dombrowski. In the ring, special ring announcer Chuck Roberts brings in the owner, the man behind the vision, 15-year area veteran, Marshall the Bull Gambino.
Thanks, guys. That means a lot. First off, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for coming out and supporting this new venture. This company was founded on the basis of there's a bunch of young guys in the area that all the time don't get chances. These guys in the back tonight are going to bust their rear ends for you, and they're going to give you the best show possible. So, please support them. The only way indie wrestling succeeds is with you, the fans, coming out, paying your hard-earned money to see these guys master their craft. A couple other things. First off, a couple thank yous. Thank you, Justin Plummer and Jenny Plummer. Honestly, they helped me tremendously with this, and I'm glad you're here to enjoy this with me. Thank you to my wife, my sister, my cousin, running the tickets. It means a lot. I've said this before, my wife hates wrestling, so this is a whole new territory for her. Two people that are very important, Ben Dinas and Rachel Dinas. They have busted their rear ends to make this show happen with me. Many a times I called them and I was losing my mind. Especially this morning, I went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning and I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning and was here at 8 a.m. and I've been here since setting this up. And those guys were right beside me the whole time. Thank you, Chuck Roberts. I know it's been a long time. You're a little rusty, but we'll get there, buddy. I appreciate it. The best ring announcer ever. And before anything else, nobody knows this. In 2015, I lost my grandma. For guys that have followed me know that Grandma Gambino used to sit in the front row for every show. In January of 2015, I had a conversation with her. My grandma, she was a fan of studio wrestling at the Civic Arena. And she always said to me, she goes, "Why do you want to do that?" And I said, "Because I get an enjoyment performing in front of the crowd that you can't compare it with anything. It's an adrenaline rush." I said to her, "Grandma," I said, "I'm going to be done physically wrestling soon." And I said, "But I don't want to leave the business. I want to do something to give back." And the first thing out of her mouth was, "Well, then start running your own shows." In March of that year, I went to an IWC show in Clearfield. It was the last time I see my grandmother. I was at the show, she went to the hospital. I never got to talk to her again. So tonight, Graham, this show's for you. Enjoy the show, guys. Thank you so much.
About to make his way down the aisle, weighing in at 215 pounds, he hails from the great God Almighty himself. This is the Red Heights.
So great to see Chuck Roberts back in a wrestling ring, former announcer, commentator, promoter. First time we've seen him emceeing an event in, I believe, 8 years. Wow. As he brings in the first athlete to come to the curtain in Prospect Pro, the Reverend Ron Hunt. Apparently going to tell us all about himself, preach to the congregation.
This to PW Prospect Pro Wrestling. It's about time that we come back to Catani. By we, I actually do not mean Prospect Pro Wrestling. I mean me, myself, and I. Shut your mouth. You guys can boo all you want. Each and every one of you containing cockroaches know that I'm the greatest thing in this business since God himself. So shut your mouth while I'm preaching, you filthy, inbred animals. Now, while a lot of you guys were fantasizing about the next date with your sister cousin, the Rev was getting himself involved in being prepared for a gentleman that I believe deserves a little bit of credit by the name of Zack Rayne.
Hey, Tiki Barker, shut up!
Shut up. How about this? How about this? I'll do you one better. You want to talk your mouth? It's easy to talk your mouth on the other side. I'll pay you $1,000 right now to come in this ring and make me shut up.
Dude, you want to be
Come on, come on. I'll welcome you in right now. Bring it on, fat boy. Bring it on. Sit over there and fantasize about sleeping with your cousin. Shut up.
Come on, Tiki Barber!
It is a lot of money. That's just the
Tiki
tip.
Barber! Tiki Barber!
Say another word. I promise you it'll be the last word you say. If I step over that guardrail, I promise you I'll slap you right across your face.
Tiki! What's up, Tiki? Shut up! Tiki!
So to shut the mouth of all of you implants, I'm gonna do one thing for all of you heathens right here today. The Rev is one that practices what he preaches, so bring out my opponent right now so I can shut the mouth of each and every one of these jagoffs. Come on.
Well, the Rev not exactly making friends or influencing people, at least not in the way he may have anticipated or hoped for. Rev seemed to want a heroic homecoming here in his return to contending, but anything but. As we're about to meet the opponent to officially kick things off for 2PW. Well, Zack Rayne has been all around Pennsylvania. He's been competing since a teenager. Prospect Pro is all about giving opportunity to young, undiscovered talents, the future of professional wrestling in this part of the country and beyond. You're going to see many athletes in this broadcast in really the highest profile matchups of their careers. You're going to see individuals put in situations they would not normally be accustomed to. This is all about testing your mettle, testing your merit. What do you have? Can you rise to the occasion? We'll see how the Rev and Zack Rayne do in the opening contest. The Rev has not stopped talking since he's come through the curtain. Not exactly converting a lot of followers to the Rev congregation. One thing, Rev loves to talk, and the Rev loves the Rev. His own biggest fan. We'll see if that propels him to success as he goes collar and elbow centering with Zack Rayne. Rayne the quick go behind. Feeling out process in the early going. Great crowd on hand here tonight. Fans looking to be a part of history as wherever 2PW goes from here, fans and town alike can finally look back on this as a Chapter 1. Certainly we heard from Marshall the Bull Gambino prior to this contest where he addressed the many professional and personal reasons it's such an important event for him. Rayne fired off with the attempt at a side round kick. Rev protects his health by moving out of the way to Rev. Now they go behind on Rayne, responding to Rayne's offense. A nice takedown. Rev is quite proficient on the mat. Rev, sometimes his skills can be deceptive or overlooked because a lot of times Rev will run his mouth to get him in trouble, and that's what'll make the headlines. Rev the top wrist lock. Rayne being driven down onto his shoulders could turn into a valid pinning combination. Nothing doing here. Rayne back on top with a wrist lock of his own. Your official CJ sensation has 2 decades of experience in his own right as Rayne trips up Ron Hunt to take down. He didn't expect, and there you see the striking game of Rayne, the footwork coming into play. It's what Rev was trying to avoid through the early going of this contest, but if Rayne can stylistically make this a striking man's game, he's got the advantage. Russian leg sweep, Rev is able to counter, at least for a moment, onto the knee, and now the back suplex. Rayne caught the Rev from both sides that time. Ron Hunt is reeling, and Ron Hunt is able to adjust. Look out. Awkward landing by Rayne to the corner of the bicycle kick. Sends Rayne hard to the floor. Zack Rayne in a bad way, and the Rev is reveling in the success he's experienced. Rayne took a very awkward spill on the top turnbuckle, tried to control his landing, but nothing doing. And that's the opening the Rev needed to go to work. Rev breaks the count. I think the Rev has come to contending to make a statement as Rayne gets sent hard into the steel guardrail and still running his mouth. Well, Hunt gave Rayne an opening, and Rev swings through under the bottom rope and comes back with the right cross, and I think Zack Rayne was expecting that rapid of a switch in momentum. See that sinister grin on the face of the Rev. It's the kind of guy that would pocket a collection plate. Rev's more important and more concerned with being the center of attention than he is with actually helping anybody's lives or preaching any positive dogma to them. Any of those things a Rev would be expected to do is Rev has Rayne in the corner just burying the foot right into the throat. Rev mocking these fans, mocking his opponent. A hard knife edge certainly packed its share of physicality, and Rev goes to the eyes on the second time around. The shortcut by the Rev, and that kick to the back, almost like it woke up Zack Rayne. One of his own for a count of one. Zack Rayne shot up the spine. It's in a jolt of adrenaline, but Rev takes Rayne back down, traps. That's a weak cover. Rayne had the entire side of his body exposed. And Rev tries to trap the shoulder with a knuckle lock now. Nice bridge by Zack Rayne. Counters. Rayne is tripped up, and that single leg, that knee wrench by Rayne shows that attempted dissection of the lower anatomy. Rayne with some precision. Can he follow through? The Rev is dazed. Rayne connects high this time. Rev attempts to reverse, switches directions. Caught Rayne coming in. And thank you, Chuck. Not much description necessary on the landing or the impact that Zack Rayne witnessed and experienced. And now the knee across the steel as well. As we see a bit of a sinister side come out of the Rev.
Come here! What you got, buddy? What you got? He got a bar. Come on.
Rev keeping this methodical. Sends Rayne for the ride. What's going to happen? Rayne able to reverse things. Rev up and over the right hand, but I think once again, Rayne's got that adrenaline pumping. And Rev retaliates. Ending the neck breaker. Could this be all? 2 count only. We have seen perseverance and tenacity out of Zack Rayne. We have seen the Rev just continue to smother with offense his opposition, but Rayne continues to find a way to fight through. It's Rayne with the hard strike. I would favor Rayne in a striking game any day. Rev firing back with forearms. But he is the worse for wear as Rayne has begun to make his mark known. Rayne caught the Rev coming in. Tornado DDT. Rev got dropped, and now Rayne for the first time in maybe this entire contest is building momentum, and a springboard caught him. Side round kick, near fall. We are seeing Rayne push himself to his limit. We are seeing the Rev want nothing more to do with his opponent. And check out Rayne. Oh, feigned the dive. Rev had ducked out of the way, but didn't see Zack Rayne coming until it was too late. And with Rev on the outside, Rayne charges through the suicide dive. Zack Rayne throwing caution to the wind, but can he capitalize? Zack's gonna get this matchup back in the ring post-haste. Zack measures the Rev. Oh, Rev once again to the eyes, and oh, look out. contact, incidentally, when the official ref goes downstairs. How in the world can you be proud of that? Rev just dropped Rayne across his own knees and legs. That backbreaker will do it. Rev escaped the victory, but man, you can put asterisks and exceptions all over it. Rev had to dig deep into the bag of dirty tricks, but it paid off. Rev Ron Hunt, he'll be the answer to that trivia question, the very first winner, the very first match, here at Prospect Pro Wrestling. Well, for those unaware, Flexor has held the IWC High Stakes Championship since the month of August, defeating, ironically, the Prospect Pro owner, Marshall the Bull, inside of a steel cage. High Stakes Championship has roots that date back almost 2 decades. The holder of the championship is allowed to choose any stipulation he wishes in which to defend his championship. And with Flexor, that could mean literally anything. Professor Ryan Dye had challenged for Flexor's High Stakes Championship in the month of September in a Tiki Death Match, which was a 2-person battle royal. Professor Ryan Dye has apparently been spending ample time in his laboratory, but did not see that one coming. Flexor's accompanied by Ginger, Corey Futuristic, Billy Ruxpin, and Director of Security Pump Ferrari. Just so we have all the STDs, that's sexy, talented dudes, by the way, identified. As we see the entrance of the 5-log fire, yes, I am aware that one of the sexy, talented dudes is not a dude. And as far as sexy, I guess that's in the eye of the beholder for all of them. But be that as it may, the man that's sometimes called the sexy fireman has that written on his ring attire, spelled very correctly, I might add. Jason Tyler is, as Chuck Robertson announced, a 300-plus pounder and is actually a hero, fireman.
As per contractual agreement, Chest Flexor gets to pick tonight's match stipulation.
I am scared.
Now, I already have a full crew out here, so we're just going to keep them, and we're going to make this a lumberjack match. They're going to be around the ring, and if anybody gets tossed out, rolls out because their chicken or goes away, they're going to toss them back in. Isn't that right, guys? Yeah!
Chest, you might have lumberjacks of your own, but I got some guys in the back who would more than happy to help me out.
The fireman's brought some backup. Where Futuristic seemed pumped about this stipulation. Well, we have
I also have friends.
Lebell and Archer. He has friends? Wait, what?
Yes, I got something for this.
You're full of crap!
He couldn't bring any of his friends. They're all inflatable. Where's he going? The professor is recruiting friends. The professor has recruited our ringside event staff and security to serve as makeshift lumberjacks for him.
High stakes championship.
Thank you, Chuck. We have Steve Lebell and Phillip Archer representing sexy fireman Jason Tyler, and we have the STDs en masse with Chess Flexor. Lumberjack match rules. I believe it's 1 fall. With Chess Flexor, with Chess Flexor could be 3 falls for all I know.
Hey, don't touch his bell! Don't touch his bell!
Flexor and Tyler eye to eye as you see the prize at stake, and Tyler showing off something else. Tyler's confidence has grown in recent months for sure. Not the typical fireman you'd see maybe in a raunchy wall calendar per se, but it's working. Katanning's digging it. Professor, not so much. And we got magic potions, and we got gyrating, and we're just getting started. And the professor and Chess Flexor feeling the motion of the ocean there. Professor not too pleased. I think Flexor enjoys himself a bit too much. Gets the referee involved in the proceedings. Professor is trying to coerce Flexor into realizing that the fireman is the potential biggest threat in this matchup. Double suplex, you kidding me? No, Tyler! Everybody's shoulders are down. Wait a minute. Flexor and Professor a bit dizzier than usual, and this is a lumberjack match, by the way. Professor gets thrown back in. Flexor, smart enough to go to his own side of the ring at least with the STDs. He got it on his own terms, but oh, look out, fireman having his way with champion, another challenger. This professor seems out to lunch. Tyler, series of jabs. I remember a heavy set guy that used to do this a lot back in the day. Little flip-flop and fly, baby. Flexor got it, Professor out of the way. Oh, leg lace takedown. Professor neutralizes the leg of the fireman, Jason Tyler. And Flexor still dazed, and he gets a takedown as well. Not the smoothest, but man, it was effective because it wrenched that leg very awkwardly, and Flexor landed on Professor, landed on a fireman. He's in a bad way at this point in time. Professor concocting some sort of human-built contraption. Human-built meaning it's made out of humans. And over with the leg wrench as Tyler and Flexor were intertwined. Everybody feels a little bit on that exchange. Professor could be the new high-stakes champion. He's perhaps solved for X and devised a formula to make that happen. Now look at this die. Using Tyler as almost a makeshift tag team partner. An elevated neck breaker. Die had a great strategy. New champion. No. And Tyler, still dazed, was unable to impede the progress of the count. And Tyler's on the outside, and hello, you got to throw him back in the ring. Back in we go. Tyler's out in a bad state of affairs right now. Not really sure what the shot he took was specifically that dazed him so badly, but either way, it's giving the Professor one-on-one with the champion. And Flexor out of harm's way. Professor the standing side switch and paddle counter roll with the Professor at the shoulders trapped. He does. Oh, Fireman explodes with a modified Shining Wizard. Did not see that one coming. These fans and some of these Lumberjacks getting by. Tyler sliding crossbody, both guys. Oh no! Poor official. The official's trapped beneath the mass of Tyler. I was about to say, what a statement this would make if Tyler could pin both adversaries at once, but the one pinned now is the official, and that's not going to help anybody. Professor and Flexor back and forth. The official is buried underneath 300-plus pound of firemen. A wild right by the Professor, who's now perched atop the fireman. Oh no. Well, the official finally got free. That's the good news in that situation. Fireman concerned about the referee. Went Flexor, roll up here. Wait a minute. Professor still dazed. Flexor got the fireman for 2. I've seen a number of ugly spills in this matchup, but right now it's champion Flexor in control. High stakes title of IWC International Wrestling Cartel again at stake as Tyler sends Flexor into die, and the 300-plus pounder connects with a splash.
5 minutes go by, 5 minutes.
Tyler, follow-away slam. And Tyler's looking good out there. As time goes on, match by match, Tyler begins to realize more of his own strength, and Ryan die a drop kick. Measures the quote-unquote sexy fireman, takes him down. Professor looking to give himself a reprieve here to get back to his feet. We'll see if it pays off. Lebell and Archer cheering on Tyler, but the Professor with an opportunity. Flexor showing his resiliency. Couple of ducks. Close lines, duck now by Professor. Reversal again. Tyler not playing games. Everybody ducks, and what Die's newfound goons just tripped up Tyler. That's not their job as Lumberjacks. Archer getting involved. Lebell getting involved. This thing's breaking down on the floor. In the ring, it is the Professor and Flexor. What is the Professor attempting? Vertebreaker? Could be a submission attempt as well. Flexor's caught upside down. Tyler's battled free from the Lumberjacks. Caught die with a kick. And Flexor, that Tamakaze, that kill switch, call it what you will, could have him. No! Fireman with a senton. All that weight down on top of the back of Flexor and the Professor sandwiched underneath. You're almost at a stalemate in this unorthodox and physical three-way contest for the IWC High Stakes Championship. And now, wait a minute. Professor's goons are beating up Professor, but they're doing a really poor job of it. And now we have a pursuit. I have no clue what's going on anymore. This thing is completely breaking down in the ring. Tyler's as confused as everybody. And now the goons are picking fights with Lebell and Archer. And Professor needs to realize what's behind him. Yeah, it's the fireman. Jason Tyler unloading those jabs. Little flip-flop and fly. Professor avoided it earlier, couldn't avoid it this time. The fireman connects. The Professor is prone. Wait a minute. Is the fireman going to fly?
10 minutes gone by, 10 minutes.
Flexor at the last second. Tyler takes an awkward spill to the floor. That could wipe him out permanently. Meanwhile, in the ring, Flexor and Professor jockeying for position. It's Flexor elevates Professor down to the back of his neck. Flexor's gonna beat him.
The winner of this contest, and still the IWC High Stakes Champion, Chest Flexor.
Well, it was unorthodox, and it was touch and go for a while there as far as what the rules were and how everybody tried to outsmart one another. But in Chest Flexor's world, it's another day at the office. Flexor is still IWC High Stakes Champion, and now what?
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your winner.
Wait a minute! Chuck Roberts! Chuck Roberts trying to win the High Stakes title! 24/7 rule I'm not aware of? You never know what's going to happen in 2PW, but Flexor escaped with the High Stakes Championship just barely.
The following tag team attraction is scheduled for one fall and has a 15-minute time limit. Once again, making their way back to the ring. Futuristic and Billy Ruxpin, the STVs.
Well, as if the STD manifesto was not bizarre enough, earlier on, let's set the stage. Corey Futuristic has been buddies with Billy Ruxpin for a couple of years. At first, it was thought that Ruxpin was just Corey's imaginary friend. Until he showed himself and made his official debut. Corey, for some reason refers to this as dancing. He claims he's from the future, and if that's the case, then I think evolution has gone backwards. Mighty fine twerker.
And their opponents escorted to the ring by Bob Goon. The total combined weight of 15 large. This is the team of Santana Diamonds, Daniel Hooven, the
ETF is on their way to the ring, and Daniel Hooven and Santana Diamonds are a couple of very tough customers. I don't know a lot about Bob the Goon. Perhaps that's for a good reason. Maybe that's for a legal reason. But I know Hooven and Santana have been very close for quite some time. Hooven's tough as nails. One-time ringside photographer that was originally placed into the ring against his will, but has really owned it and become a formidable competitor. Since then. Well, I've been curious to see where the crowd loyalty lays in this contest. And apparently we're having a dance-off?
Hit the music! Come on! Are we having a dance-off? I'm trying to go. I don't go to the gym 5 days a week to dance, Billy. Yeah, Billy.
I don't think Hooven wants to dance. Billy Ruxpin is patient. Maybe the music's imaginary. Here we go. Well, that's a lot of movement. Oh no. Ruxpin with the worm. Santana not going to wait his turn to dance. He wants to jumpstart this matchup. He wants a fight. And apparently, we'll reset this now with Hooven and Corey. Maybe Corey will start a dance-off impromptu. You see no respect from Hooven to Corey Futuristic. Hooven and Santana. Hooven has been very mild-mannered and very personable in my experience with him, but clearly in a surly mood here as he comes to Prospect Pro, maybe with something to prove in his own right, as Corey with a side headlock now. Hooven turning things around. You control the head, you control the body, as the late great Gordon Soley would say. Hooven, great job with that in the early going. Corey Futuristic is so unorthodox. You don't know what he's going to do, when he's going to do it. And let's be honest, oh gosh, you don't know why he's going to do it half the time. A nice drop kick that time. Didn't see the blind tag. Santana Diamonds now tagged in. Both tag teams, oh nice sit out slam that time. Didn't see that one coming. Santana on top for 2. Both teams about similar experience level together. But Corey did side cradle. I don't know if he got one that time. Corey Futuristic, side Russian leg sweep. There's a float over. Cover for 1. And Santana back with a snapmare, and Corey Futuristic a sitting duck. That low leg lariat. that connects. Santana had a hard upbringing, hard life, had to be street smart, had to learn to survive, but all about the finer things in life now. Certainly you can see the diamond on the back of his ring attire, certainly signifying what he hopes to be a rags to riches story here in Prospect Pro Wrestling. Hooven tagged in now. We mentioned a former ringside photographer, great at his job. Done everything from photography to ghost hunting, slam, and only 2 count on Corey. Hooven for the past couple of years been training diligently to be the absolute best he can be. Corey Futuristic, about an 8-year pro, and I'm not really sure what he's trained to be, but hey, there's a takedown. Leg lariat variation of his own by Corey, but right up into a spine buster. Hooven on top, 2 count only. Back and forth affair thus far, really no clear-cut advantage for anybody. As Hooven and Santana, I'm not sure there was a tag made, but man, there's an explosive double team. Santana, apparently there was a tag made. And Bob the Goon seems pretty happy with this. Again, I'm not going to ask questions about Bob the Goon. Probably best left unsaid. Corey is battling his way out of the corner here. I think Santana was being a little hesitant and tentative with his approach that gave Corey an opening. We'll see if he can follow through, and that splash looked a little bit better. Follow through nicely done. And Santana the elbow from the second turnbuckle on the inside. Nicely done, 2 count only.
Count like an American, slow and great.
Not sure what Hooven meant by count like an American. Either way, was not a count of 3. Corey still in the fight. There's a lot of things you can say to knock Corey Futuristic, and about 90% of them are true, but Corey's very tough. I've seen him get just knocked unconscious by some of the best and brightest stars to come through Western Pennsylvania. Dalton Castle, Shane Taylor. Corey always comes back and is willing to fight. Springboard Bulldog that time. Corey on top. Barely 2, if that. Corey is not what you'd call smart. He doesn't utilize logic. But Corey will fight you. Corey doesn't know quit. As Santana tries to block the impending tag, but here comes Ruxpin, here comes Hooven. And Ruxpin with unorthodox takedowns, but he's a 300-pounder and has learned how to use his weight. That weight's not imaginary. Big splash connects, but Santana right there. Ruxpin got caught in the knee by Santana, who thankfully was ushered out by the official. And Hooven noticed that that weakness that had been planted there. And Hooven goes to work, wrenching that leg of Ruxpin, stunting all that momentum. And Hooven, speaking of knees, crashes in with his own, and that's a near fall. See the relentlessness on Hooven. He's completely neutralized the size of Ruxpin. Taking him off his feet, those cross faces. Could bust a nose that way. And Hooven and Santana back in control. And certainly somebody that size, that knee goes on you. Could very easily be the beginning of the end. Ruxpin's almost defenseless at this point. Santana pressing his weight onto Ruxpin, driving into that knee, milking the official's 5 count for all that it's worth.
Get the right leg too, Santana. Get him. Come on.
And Santana and Hooven doing a great job of cutting the ring in half here at Hypotenuse. And having that tunnel vision on the knee of Ruxpin. Hooven caught him high as well. I'm not sure I can recall seeing Ruxpin in this kind of pain. Tagging to Santana, who comes down hard with the elbow. Again across that knee. This could do it here. Ruxpin in a tremendous amount of pain.
10 minutes.
Thanks, Chuck. Able to kick out, but Santana continues to press the advantage. Santana with a chin lock, but you see Santana's trying to get that weight over top of Ruxpin, but a guy that big, that's difficult to do. Ruxpin to his feet. And Ruxpin got off a half an airplane spin. That knee wouldn't support anything further. Hooven tries to get involved. Referee's got to get some control here. Hooven and Santana have taken advantage of the referee's lax enforcement of the rules, and Ruxpin made himself dizzy, and again the knee continued to give him problems. He's got to get Corey in there, and he does. Wait a minute now. Oh, Corey using Ruxpin as momentum. And Corey to the floor with a beautiful looking tope. Santana sent back in. Corey maybe trying to finish this for the STDs. Ruxpin cuts off Hooven. Wait, Santana rolls up Corey. Thought he was going to sneak in and get this one.
Get the chains.
Wait, what? Get the chains? With Bob the Goon. Bob the Goon had his fist wrapped in a chain. Corey ducked and Bob nailed Santana. STDs able to put their opponents away.
Your winners, the STDs.
Corey Futuristic celebrating in the crowd. Bob the Goon was the insurance policy, but that backfired on Santana and Hooven in a big way. And the STDs go 2-0 on the night. Here, Prospect Pro Wrestling, definitely a team to watch here in the months ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a no DQ balls count anywhere to Ripple threat match. Introducing to you first, making his way around the ring, he hails from Boone County. He weighed in at 225 pounds. This is Bronco McBride.
Bronco McBride is as tough as they come. 3 athletes who will fit very well in a no DQ false count anywhere environment. Bronco broke in as part of Blue Collar Slaughterhouse, the tag team, but has had a lot of allegiances in his career, but he's never been afraid to fight, never been afraid to hurt himself, to inflict pain on others. We'll see if he can make his 2PW debut a successful one. Country Hammer is rough and rugged, no frills. He's a man that maybe doesn't even realize his own strength yet, but has started to come into his own throughout 2018. We've seen Jami in the area in some very high-impact, explosive environments, formerly mentored by the 2PW owner, Marshall the Bull. Certainly that's helped his mean streak and his lust for violence. But how will he fare with two others in this matchup that you can describe similarly?
And competitor number 3, he weighs in at 200 pounds, hailing from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Delicious Jami.
The perpetual pervert of Pittsburgh professional wrestling, Dr. Delicious. Back in the office with his prescription for perversion, a staple of professional wrestling in the tri-state area from the mid-2000s up until the early 2010s. DeMarco has been sporadic in his involvement in pro wrestling, but whenever he shows up, whenever he surfaces, you know that anything is possible. Anything can happen, and probably will. DeMarco, when he takes up a fight, he's going to give it at least 100%. DeMarco has no off switch, no other gear, but full throttle and in your face. And he's unconventional, he's politically incorrect, but he's also one of the most beloved athletes in this area in the past 15 years. But I'm not sure that Jimmy DeMarco has ever encountered the Country Hammer or Bronco McBride in the past. Well, this one's going to get wild. This one will be unpredictable. Mixed crowd reactions here. All three have their own supporter. Trying to listen in, but not much to talk about. Let's just fight. DeMarco and Bronco zero in on Jameson. Ouch. 285-pounder, as we talked about the introductions. And you're not going to move that 285 anywhere Jami doesn't want you to go. And Jami launches DeMarco and Bronco to the floor. And the best laid plans of mice and men. Jameson now the dreaded double noggin knocker. Both men taken down. DeMarco already a case of the limber tail, as Jim Ross might say. Away from Jameson. Oh, gotta be quiet. Ouch. You see the physicality Jami brings with him. Bronco, wait a minute. Bronco flies to the floor, but man, he did not get what he expected because he met a Jameson chair head on. Jami got outsmarted by DeMarco that time. DeMarco far and away the most experienced in this matchup. He has more than enough tricks up his sleeve. DeMarco now, and DeMarco's as tough as they come. Necro Butcher, Ray Roman. Oh, God! DeMarco skull first into the chair. It's unsettling, but it shows you the power Jameson brings with him. Jami pursuing. I think he's just getting the chair. Crowd supporting Jami. DeMarco recovered enough to cut Jami off the pass. That's it, Bronco. Wait a minute. Suplex. And you can feel that impact. Near fall on the outside, but that could just be the beginning. It's no disqualification. Falls count anywhere. A second chair has been inserted into the ring. That's what Bronco's searching for, but he's found some metal baking sheets of some sort, it looks like. Searching for more weapons. It's DeMarco with Jami on the floor. Jami rolls back in. Bronco putting the boots. I think Bronco and DeMarco have realized and stuck to their guns in the sense that Jami is the odds-on favorite here. He's the strongest link. He's the man to beat. Perhaps Bronco and DeMarco take care of Jameson and fight this out amongst themselves. DeMarco showing himself off. The master of the muscle worshiping ceremony. Don't ask. Couple of chairs. Oh, God. Jameson getting absolutely bludgeoned. And repeatedly a 2-on-1 chair assault. Jami's in such a bad way. They are lighting him up. God. And DeMarco can swing a chair as good as anybody. He's as tough as they come. Well, Bronco looking to pin Jami, and there's where your allegiance may falter. Perhaps that wasn't part of the deal. Right between the eyes. It is a glorified handicap match here in Katanning. And DeMarco going to give Bronco a swing. This is the uncouth nature of DeMarco. Stepping on that gas pedal, so to speak. This crowd wants to see Jami Jameson pull out something here. It's so difficult. Oh, Bronco nailed DeMarco! Miscue as this alliance begins to unravel even further.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes.
DeMarco, wait a minute. DeMarco and Bronco have stopped infighting for a moment. And they found kendo sticks. Are they for Jami Jameson? Are they for each other? DeMarco taking his time getting in the ring. Bronco wants to fight him, it looks like. We got dueling canes and Katanning. Oh, they both a knockout shot from both men. Oh, God. Jameson's got the kendo stick and 285 of power behind it. One swing could change your career. And DeMarco and Bronco may be paying some dues for the rest of the duration of this matchup. DeMarco may get 10 lashes. Or at least one more. Bronco from behind. I don't think he was bailing out DeMarco. I think he just saw an opportunity for himself as he kicks that metal tray into Jameson's face. There's Bronco springboard moonsault. DeMarco caught him into the C4 and nearly beat him. DeMarco must not have gotten all of that. That's a DeMarco pit maneuver. That would have ended this matchup for sure. Jameson now elevates DeMarco, who's fighting for his life. Hurricane Rana and Jameson and Bronco collide. Oh, and Jami the spear. This could do it. Jameson senses the end looming. Jameson looking to finish off DeMarco. And Bronco in behind. That steel chair got Bronco not bailing out DeMarco. He's got his own interests in mind. Head of steam. Basement drop kick, the chair into the face of DeMarco. Bronco is bringing the violence. Bronco, some type of steel chair contraption. It's only going to get worse from here. Bronco not happy with only 2 chairs. DeMarco's stuck. He can't do anything. Jameson is motionless. Bronco, for good measure, keeps Jameson down, but DeMarco's trying to free himself, but can't get himself up to untie his feet. The referee can't do anything. It's no disqualification. Bronco taking the scenic tour here. He's looking for every chair in a place that's not occupied with a rear end. Bronco's looking to end careers here. DeMarco still has no way to free himself.
Gone by 10 minutes.
Bronco headed up top, and Jameson cuts him off with the pass. What in the world is this? Jameson going to give Bronco a taste of his own medicine. Look at DeMarco! DeMarco from beneath! Jameson and Bronco crashed in the chairs! DeMarco finally is free. Jameson and Bronco the worse for wear. I'm amazed either one is standing and Jameson a chair to the skull. Chuck Roberts. What did Chuck Roberts just hand Jimmy DeMarco? Did I see that correctly? Jami and Bronco are still fighting. Jami's looking to finish off Bronco here. no. Package pile driver! Good grief. Wait a minute. DeMarco, that's a chain on his fist. Did Chuck Roberts hand DeMarco a chain?
Here is your winner, Dr. Delicious DeMarco.
What in the world is that about? I knew Chuck and DeMarco have had a long-standing friendship that dates back many, many years, but I had never seen any behavior out of them that even closely resembles this. DeMarco victorious, but he just handed the chain back and Chuck his pocket of that chain. Let's get to the bottom of this. Marshall the Bull.
Dude, Jimmy.
Hey, get on the break for another 8 years, you cheater!
Dude, hey, I know we have a history, and I know the games you play. I seen what happened. That's not right.
Yeah!
You give me that.
Give me that back! That's our food!
Get that back. And what are you doing?
Someone give me a kiss, I won!
What are you doing? Roberts, I seen that. I asked you to come back to be the ring announcer for one night, and you shook his hand. Why didn't you grab his ass too while you're at it? I seen it. No. Listen. I love you. You're a great ring announcer, but I see anything like that again, I will throw your ass out in the street. We're not playing that.
Marshall the Bull lays down the law.
What? Time for 20-minute intermission, everyone. Let's get in there, Jesus.
For whom the bell tolls in Prospect Pro Wrestling. This man, anything but a prospect, an established legend, a veteran, an icon in Western Pennsylvania professional wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing to you first, making his way to the ring, weighing at 202 pounds, from Sarasota, Florida, he is Super Hentai.
The controlled aggression and howling fury of Super Hentai has been a staple in this area as well as abroad for 20 years and counting. Hentai can fly, he can strike, he can utilize power. He's been in the ring with men like CM Punk and Colt Cabana, AJ Styles, Johnny Gargano. Hentai has done just about everything. Beat the Midnight Express for Tag Team Championship. First ever IWC Super Indie Championship. And facing one of his toughest tests in quite some time, but showing no sign of fear whatsoever.
And here's my opponent, making his way to the ring. He weighed in at 316 pounds. Hails from the Keys Rocks, PA. This is Phillip.
He is quite simply the human crime scene. He is the man who is eternally in a bad mood. Falk Nasty is in the best shape of his career and more surly and dangerous than ever. He's had some of the most devious, diabolical minds of the area guiding him, but this evening in 2PW, he is unhinged, he is unleashed, he is on his own. But we'll see if the temperament and the brute force of Bulk is enough to counteract the experience and the rage that Super Hentai brings with him. This has been one of the matchups of the evening I've been most looking forward to. Hentai, I didn't catch the Chuck Roberts announcement, but he's around that 190-pound mark, but I've seen him slam Shane Taylor. I've seen him perform some amazing feats of strength, regardless of size of his opposition, but certainly in close confines. It's advantage Bulk Nasty, who had the standing waist lock for a moment. Hentai reverses. To my knowledge, first time Hentai and Bulk have been one-on-one, perhaps even in a ring, period, in an official contest. Bulk found out the hard way the tight grip Hentai possesses, and quickly reached the rope for salvation. And on the surface, that may seem odd, but if you know what Super Hentai is capable of, certainly it wouldn't surprise anyone who's felt a Super Hentai headlock. You control the head, you control the body. I'm not sure if Bulk is going to out-scientifically wrestle Hentai. Hentai leverages himself back into the headlock position. Hentai's had a hand in training many top stars that have been prospects in this area as Hentai gets the takeover. DJZ, certainly the first that comes to mind, who was under the Super Hentai learning tree from the age of 16. International star today. Certainly our esteemed owner, Marshall Bull, was under that learning tree as well and rose to international tag team success.
You get in the ring. You get headlocked by him. Better yet, get headlocked by me. Yeah, you hear that?
Well, Bulk Nasty taking umbrage with some of these ringside fans. The frustration of Bulk Nasty is showing itself early, as if he was that good at hiding it to begin with. Hentai's getting in this young athlete's head, and sometimes Bulk's issue is that focus. Sometimes his anger gets the better of him, and he can make a mistake, or he can approach a bit too quickly, or a bit too emotionally, and if Hentai has a level head, Bulk intimidating the official now, as this crowd accusing Bulk of being unable to count. Notice there's that temper, there's that attitude, that anger of Bulk coming into play because Hentai was waiting for the side headlock. Bulk overpowers, and now Bulk with a headlock of his own. And Bulk not using that power, he's using the shortcuts. Hentai was able to break free, but ran right into the Bulk Nasty clothesline.
How's that for Shane, huh?
Bulk running his mouth, Bulk getting his shots in. Foot draped across the windpipe of Hentai.
Hey, I need your help. With your jean shorts, I shut it.
Well, Bulk continues to make friends at ringside. The knee into the back of Hentai again, restricting the breathing of the Super Indie innovator. This is Bulk in a nutshell. He is methodical in his systematic dissection of opponents. And Bulk standing all near 300 pounds on the lower back of Hentai. Hentai's had a a long history of back issues dating back well over a decade. Bulk, I'm not sure if he is aware of that or if he's going to create a new problem if there isn't one already existing. Hentai, quick and pace benefits him, but not that time. Bulk nasty, the side suplex, 2 count only. Bulk used all of his weight, all of his power to drive Hentai down.
5 minutes gone by in this match. 5 minutes.
I'm the teacher now. You do this.
Bulk with the chin lock, restricting the blood supply to the brain via the carotid artery. Hentai was able to get to the vertical base and turn inward. He's alleviated that pressure, but couldn't get the wherewithal to escape quickly enough. And that belly to back, a little more height and a little more impact than we saw a moment ago. Oh, Bulk with a lax pin, and even more egotistical cover here. One finger at a time trying to beat Hentai. And that is disrespect for the man who helped shape pro wrestling in this part of the country to what it is today. And Bulk once again letting his short temper get the better of him. Imagine if Bulk gets counted out for arguing with a fan. It could happen here. He has the hardest right hand in his weight class, and you can hear him from back here. And Bulk complaining about a closed fist, even though he reciprocated as such. But I'm very impressed that 3 Hentai right hands, and Bulk stayed on his feet. He got rocked for sure, no doubt about that, but wasn't quite enough to take the big man down. Bulk again showing that relentless nature. And a paintbrush job, disrespecting a legend. Someone who paved the way. Someone who sacrificed mind, body, and soul for this industry, and Bulk Nasty could not possibly care less. And Bulk has a lot of bravado to treat someone like this in such a way. Hentai gets the foot up, however. A counter in the corner. Cross body. Oh, Bulk caught him. This is shades of Hentai. The Davey Boy Smith style power slam. Hentai counters. Hentai with a sleeper hold. Can he take the giant down? Bulk, great wherewithal in the ring to find a corner and try to sandwich Hentai. The man trained in Hayabusa, Japan is reeling as Bulk attempts to regain his breath. Triple knees in the corner. The double palm thrust connects and Hentai is feeling a second burst of adrenaline. Two clotheslines couldn't take the near 300-pounder down. A duck, a second duck. Hentai sunset flip. Well, missed the shot. Missed a second. Both fists are hurting. The elbow not feeling much better. Hentai using his quickness to evade the larger man. Hentai with a shortened version of a Hurricane Rana plants Bulk. Could this be all? No.
10 minutes gone by, 10 minutes.
With Bulk on his knees, Hentai was able to plant the skull of Bulk in the canvas a little more directly, a little more impactfully. Hentai went to charge again, but this time Bulk was waiting. Hentai cuts Bulk off to the pass. Bulk is not at home on the second turnbuckle. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There's a thumbs up. Hentai, the Davey Boy Smith power slam. He got Bulk over. He got the power slam on a near fall. I am amazed, and I've been following Hentai's power and Hentai's progression for so long, but even I can't believe that he got Bulk up for a running power slam. Incredibly impressive. Action presses on though as Bulk showing. Speaking of power, no counter. Hentai with a DDT. He beat him. That's a gut check and a half for the Super Indie Innovator. Super Hentai shared a ring with the best. And Bulk Nasty has the power, has the mean streak to become one of the best in time, but was not his night tonight. Super Hentai shows why he has such an enduring legacy, such a timeless career. Super Hentai, victorious here at Prospect Pro Wrestling. Bulk Nasty not happy about it. We may not be done here. Will Bulk's temper rear its ugly head again? I'm glad to see that. Oh, wait, oh, come on now. Obviously, I gave Bulk too much credit. And Hentai, a hell of a powerbomb from Bulk Nasty. Hentai is hurt. He landed on that previously injured back, and it looks like he hit his head on the way down as well. Hentai's name goes in the win column. Bulk Nasty gets the last word. Right now, a very controversial tandem known as Lawless and Order. It's Officer Dan Murphy with the obnoxious whistle. It is the lawyer, David Lawless, who claims Lawless is flawless, and certainly they feel they can tell everybody else how to live their lives and lead their everyday activities.
This is a tag team attraction. Introducing to you first, outside of the ring, at a total combined weight of 522 pounds.
No filming.
They are the team of the Bravo Demon Lawless and Officer Dan Murphy. They're known as Lawless and Order. That's right.
Lawless calls himself the Gavel. He carries around that heavy oak gavel as a demonstration that he feels he's judge, jury, and executioner, not just lawyer. And Dan Murphy, he's one of those mall cops. I think it's a little bit too much power, a little too big for his britches, and thinks he runs the place. They give him a limited amount of authority, and boy, he'll take a proverbial mile. This guy thinks he's holier than thou as far as how to dictate to others how to live their lives, and no running and no talking too loud.
Of 526 pounds, the team of Stevie, Lebell, and the survivor, the Archer.
All four of these men are prospects. Certainly they fit the 2PW mantra, but the two men we're meeting right now, Phillip Archer in the black and the Ronin, Stevie Lebell, as his tag team partner, are not just prospects, they're rookies, and they're still very young in their journey, only about 3 months as professional wrestlers. Dan and Lawless share a hug on the outside. At least we know they're on the same page, at least for now. Lebell is a judo expert. He's been studying judo since the age of 8. It was his way of coping with growing up in the bad part of town. Kept him away from bad habits, kept him away from vices. That was his focus. And Lawless in order. Pumped up already about their pre-match strategy. Lawless not going to get any support here. Fans are clearly behind Lebell and Archer. Second verse, same as the first, as Rodin shows up Lawless in the popularity category. And Lebell is very flexible. He can do the splits quite easily as Lawless tried to one-up him, but nothing doing. That's an amazing amount of body control, of flexibility, and pre-match stretching exercises. Certainly a very disciplined, dedicated athlete. He's the only one capable of doing such a thing. Lawless showing off the gavel, otherwise known as his bicep. Cowl and elbow, and Lawless outpowers Lebell, mocking the martial arts discipline. And Lawless may look down on the rest of the world because he's got the power of the legal system behind him, but that can only go so far in a professional wrestling ring. And Lawless went to swing. Lebell the takedown. And that's called a Soyanagi. One of those judo throws that Lebell has mastered. And certainly not a lot of athletes in this industry. Some do. Of course, you can look at athletes in the past like Taz, who was very adept at throwing judo throws into his matchups. But not necessarily commonplace, not something you're going to see every card, but something Lebell has brought to every match he's had. Double team offense as Archer and Lebell tag very quickly. Archer was in and out in a heartbeat. But back in again, the Survivor. A man who always expects the worst and plans a way around it. And I gotta believe he strategized a number of different ways. to get through Lawless in order. We'll see if they come in handy. In this tag team contest, certainly frequent tags, a major part of any successful tag team. And Lebell back in and back down. Lawless has no idea what to do. His left arm's going numb at this point. Back in comes Archer. Quickly into the cover, smart maneuver. Only count of 1. Lawless with the knee and tagging to Officer Dan. Archer, a survivor just to make it this far. And a serious, I believe, ankle injury that kept him on the shelf a number of months in training. Just to be a professional wrestler in general is a survivor story. And Archer showing that power. Both men down, series of clotheslines. Right, Dan still has the whistle in his mouth. So every time he exhales, we get to hear that annoying noise. But then again, when the whistle's not in his mouth, he's annoying too. Be that as it may, Archer, sidekick, almost shades of a shining wizard now into the cover. Only gets 2 that time. Dan reaching for his corner, but Archer with other ideas in mind. Dan slides to the outside and takes Lebell. And as Archer's distracted, here comes Lawless from behind. And there's some of that sneaky strategy of Lawless in order coming in handy. And the official's doing his best to try to get one of these men out of the ring. They're abusing the count, in my view. But check out Archer reversing things. That with a slam, nicely done. And just like that, Lawless finds himself back in enemy territory. Great to see Judo recovering. Double team offense. Lawless down again. Here we go now. Cover lateral press. 2 count only. Lebell going back to that fan advantage, and that can certainly motivate you. It can drive you further when that gas tank begins to run out, and Officer Dan to the back. And Lawless with the uppercut. Now for 2 athletes, for 2 individuals who preach law, order, and justice, they certainly break a heck of a lot of rules, don't they? And Lebell sent in. Double team coming up. Lawless the elbow. Dan still got that darned whistle. Sidewalk slam. Lawless a beautiful leg drop. Dan with a cover. 2 count only. Archer leaving the chance of judo to Lebell. And whatever the hell Lawless is trying to start as a chant, nothing doing. Lebell to his feet now. Officer Dan doing his best to keep the pressure, and that double handful of hair certainly does its job as well. Lawless gets incredible height, great elevation on that leg drop. Will it be enough, though? 2 count only, Lebell. Again, showing that guts and determination, able to slide out of harm's way. Officer Dan chastising these fans, but they would love to see Lebell make his way out of this hold. He's close. He's made it now. Samoan drop, nicely done. One felt motion sends Lawless completely to the outside. Lebell's there, Lebell's out, Lawless, come on! Lawless pulling Archer by the foot. Archer hit face first on the corner of that apron. Smacked his cheek right off of where metal meets wood. Lebell had the tag if it wasn't for Lawless intervening with the illegal man. Now into enemy territory, nice drop kick. Lawless, such a great athlete, but so quick to rub our faces in it. There's a near fall again. Lebell finds his way off his shoulders once more. Tag made, back in comes Officer Dan. Make a wish. I believe they had attempted to stretch the hamstring with the flexibility of the Ronin of Stevie Lebell. It didn't hurt him. They had to adjust on the fly. And now Dan making Lebell think about it, the blood rushing to the brain on that delayed slam in the elbow as well. This could be all. Only two. Dan tags back in Lawless as Lebell must feel like he's miles away from Phillip Archer. Double team attempt. Oh, Lebell out of the way. And Officer Dan didn't learn from his partner. The tag has been made. Here comes the survivor, Phillip Archer, and he has a hell of a mountain to climb. Right now, 1-on-2 with Lawless in order. Lawless and Dan collide. Spine buster connects. Dan sent to the floor, and now finally, Lebell and Archer have a shot here. Legal tandem offense on David Lawless. Before the officials 5 count, double hook to the leg. Could be it? No. Near fall. Archer can feel it. And nobody there on the splash, and Lawless. A shot to Lebell. Dan got his licks in. Lawless comes down with a neck breaker. Hook of the leg. All near fall again. You can sense the desperation on Archer as he got the shoulder up just in the nick of time. Archer victim of a double team now, just his partners had been. But check out Archer. Braving the elements. Lebell back in. There's a unique jawbreaker. Spine buster. Oh, double A would be proud. Will this be all? 2. Wait a minute. That's that same goof we saw earlier, isn't it? Bob the Goon, or whatever the world he calls himself. Now, wait a minute. Lawless just broke that gavel across Archer. And Lawless in order to steal this thing.
Here are your winners, the team of Lawless in order.
Man, talk about a corrupt cop and his crooked accomplice. These guys broke every rule in the book to get the victory they wanted and the victory they needed to get their 2PW careers off in a winning fashion. But man, put a big time asterisk next to this one because they sure didn't do it alone. And it looks like there's some dues to be paid on this goon, but here comes Santana and Hooven. And it looks like we found the masterminds of this setup. And Lebell is getting annihilated by Santana and Hooven, and we got to get this stopped. Come on. They haven't done anything to deserve this. Come on. Well, the tag team division certainly is heated up. And there's going to be some serious revenge, you got to believe, on the minds of Lebell and Archer, to not just Lawless and Order, but Hooven and Santana as well. Because this is just absolutely uncalled for. Well, this is what we came for, ladies and gentlemen. The climax to the very first 2PW live event. And it certainly is a culture clash, a style clash, a clash of eras. Whose time is tonight, however? That's the question we'll look to answer in just a moment. Around the ring right now, you see John Rodin, a man who's lost some 70 to 80 pounds in his journey to get in the best shape of his life. A man who's traveled the country, seminars, camps, dojos, training schools. This man is hungry, ladies and gentlemen, and this guy will not take no for an answer. He is poised to be a breakout star and maybe Western PA Wrestling's best kept secret. That could change depending on Rodin's performance in just a moment. You're looking at John McChesney, one of the most decorated champions of this area over the past 2 decades in Pittsburgh and in Erie. He has been the man longer than anyone else I can think of. And whether it was wars with AJ Styles, CM Punk, Ray Rose, Shane Taylor, Matt Hardy, on down the line, McChesney's been in the ring with all of them and beaten most of them. Super Indy champion, IWC champion, titles in Erie, in Cleveland, in New York. John McChesney's put his body on the line so many times. He is the standard bearer in this area. But injuries have plagued him. What is his condition, mental and physical, tonight as we go to Chuck Roberts?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing to you first, out of the corner to my left, he weighed in at 240 pounds. He hails from Erie, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big League John McChesney. CJ Sensation.
Thank you, Pete.
Well, John Rodin, when he started his journey in pro wrestling, he was easily over 300 pounds, and he'll be the first to tell you, it wasn't a quote-unquote good 300. It was a progress-halting 300. But I've never seen John Rodin in better shape. I've never seen John Rodin more focused. You see him on social media, you see him at these live events, and just something about him shows you, tells you, he wants a little bit more than anybody else. That's not a knock on anybody. Everybody on this card is hungry. Everybody on this card wants to be in the main event, wants to be the best, wants to hold a title above their head. But John Rodin, man, it's absolutely tunnel vision. John McChesney has not competed with a full schedule lately. Tore the gastrocnemius muscle in his leg a couple years ago. I believe tore his labrum in a matchup with Adam Cole last year. He has had an extended timetable of recovery because of the wear and tear on his body, because he never says die, because he never quits, because John McChesney will listen to his heart before he'll listen to his body. McChesney is medically cleared. I'm not making excuses for him. McChesney, even on his worst day, is better than a lot of guys, and he's going to bring it, and he's going to bring all that he has. Is there a weakness, however, that Rodin can exploit? Is there a mistake that McChesney can zero in on? As you see the shoulder tackle, McChesney favors that arm. That shoulder was knocked out of its socket a couple of times in that Adam Cole match. I believe there was extensive damage done to that arm and shoulder and a number of diagnoses. Just the fact McChesney is in a ring now is a testament to his spirit. This is the matchup that Rodin has trained a career for. And he takes down McChesney, and has McChesney reeling early. And this is the first time John McChesney and John Rodin have shared a ring, to my knowledge. McChesney feeling out his adversary. Rodin certainly seems to have more body strength, but McChesney, his strongest muscle has always been his brain. It's catapulted him through many, many successful high-pressure situations. This the latest. McChesney attempts a roll-up. Rodin puts the brakes on. John McChesney will out-quicken you. Beautiful drop kick. A McChesney staple since day one, as seamless as ever, and a deep steamboat-esque arm drag. A second time as John McChesney settles into a comfort zone on John Rodin. McChesney dictates the pace, dictates the tempo. At this point in time, that's when he operates best. Well, McChesney may be going for one of those lethal knife-edge chops. Rodin has done his homework, scouted his opponent enough to know that is if it's not the last place you want to be with McChesney, it's certainly high on that list. Rodin is a student of the game. He has studied. He has been, no doubt, in the IndyWrestling.us archives, watching a lot of John McChesney's greatest career moments. And McChesney resourcefully down to the midsection when Rodin did not expect it. Now it's big league John McChesney, the aggressor, peppering Rodin with the right hands. The chop missed. Rodin Missed one of the same to McChesney to the eyes. Big League has taken a shortcut or two in his day. I notice it creates the opening for McChesney's bread and butter. Oh. The fans want to see Rodin and Rodin reversal. And there you see, full head of steam, that force, that intensity. Overhead Northern Lights release suplex. And Rodin showing some explosive power. And a running chop sends McChesney over the top. Dare I say, and this is a bold, bold statement, John Rodin may have just out-John McChesney'd John McChesney. You may have to go back to Loki. The last time McChesney lost a chop battle, certainly. We're still a long way from done here, as McChesney demonstrates on the outside. Big League's not going to let Rodin take that victory, or let that go lightly. McChesney's such an adept striker. On McChesney's power of that hand may have just come back to haunt him. McChesney could have broken his own hand on that ring post. And Rodin has found a weakness in Big League. John sent back in, but how will McChesney adjust without full use of his primary striking hand? And there you see, McChesney went back to the playbook that's worked so well, but it's been negated by the resourcefulness of Rodin, who unloads with the forearms. McChesney is down. McChesney's covered. And they counted two that time. Maybe behooved Rodin to cinch in a little more. And Rodin, spinning side suplex, nicely done. Has him? No. Another near fall as Rodin getting some long 2 counts and a career-long dream gets inches and inches closer to becoming a reality. You can see the determination in the face, the look in the eyes of John Rodin as he drives forward with all of his momentum, all of his power. Big League. All the blood rushing to his head. That power of Rodin on display with a suplex. 2-0. And Rodin again can sense how close he is, but arguing with the officials not going to get him anywhere. Don't give McChesney a moment's rest. Rodin ahead of steam. McChesney elevates Rodin and caught him. Split-second precision. Rodin had no way to counter, and he hit the floor very awkwardly. Rodin Set face first, and that kick right around the temple area, coupled with that spill to the floor, has left Rodin out of sorts, and McChesney with a chair. And this is a far cry from the one-on-one technical matchup we were promised. McChesney's getting desperate here as far as neutralizing Rodin. McChesney's not ready for the young guard to overtake the established veteran.
Don't do it, John. John, don't do this.
And McChesney
10 minutes gone by in this match. 10 minutes.
playing mind games, perhaps trying to get inside the head of Rodin and all these people as well who have supported him. This crowd firmly behind the juggernaut, but does he have anything left? Can Rodin find a way? That arm does not drop a third time. Rodin is still in the fight. And Rodin elbows his way out of the grip of McChesney. And drop toe hold. And McChesney was aiming for the chair. The official moved the chair out of the way. It would have been a disqualification otherwise. I'm not sure if McChesney was trying to get intentionally disqualified or if he was just that desperate he didn't care anymore. Here comes Rodin. Oh, look out. Momentum almost carried him into the official. And McChesney almost collided with the official as well. Miscommunication here. And Rodin capitalizes. The back suplex. Does he have it? No. Oh, that's the closest near fall yet to Rodin realizing a dream. Could this be a turning point in this matchup? The crowd is still definitively behind the man known as John Rodin. The crowd letting their opinions be known. It's Rodin firing away. Head of steam. Oh, McChesney got the chop off. It had its effect, but man, I think it hurt McChesney worse. Rodin comes in high with the corner splash. Leaps back in, German suplex. McChesney put the brakes on, elbowing free. Can he break the grip? He does. Super kick blocked. Rodin the spine buster. Could this be all? No. And the twos keep getting longer.
15 minutes has elapsed in this match. 15 minutes.
McChesney just barely kicked out, but the bottom line is he kicked out. And it's Rodin to his feet first. You hear Rodin say it's my time. There's one way to prove that, young man. And McChesney doing everything to thwart it. Super kick countered again. McChesney. Northern Lights with a bridge. Will this be all? No. Cut the count away. If that, Rodin slides the right shoulder up. What a test of wills we are seeing. Rodin rising to the occasion, competing on a level he has not done before in his career, and doing a damn good job of it. Oh, Rodin broke free. McChesney was going for that TKO. Rodin in high in the corner again. Rodin purchased himself up top. Oh, but into the McChesney super kick. Oh, John Rodin got caught, and McChesney just barely ekes one by.
Here is your winner, McChesney.
Maybe Rodin got a little bit too rambunctious, a little bit too exuberant, a little bit too comfortable. In the waning moments of that matchup, Rodin went for a big-time high risk, and you saw McChesney was poised behind Rodin, waiting, measuring, and ready to take advantage. The veteran outsmarts the younger talent, but man, John Rodin brought it, and any critics, any cynics, any doubters of John Rodin, win or lose tonight, I think they just got proven wrong once and for all.
Hey, before you all go, you might not like me and you might not like the fact that I beat your boy John Rodin. But the fact with me is, after tonight, John Rodin, you earned big leagues respect in the middle of this ring.
And that does not come easy.
Well, you don't know, right down the road, my original home, the International Wrestling Cartel, he started there 8-9 years ago. He was about 60 pounds heavier than he is. And this man changed his life around, and now he's one of the best damn wrestlers in this area. It was an honor to be in this ring. I've been doing it a long time, and this is my third match in a year and a half due to my shoulder surgery. You gave me one hell of a fight. Hey man, you want to do it again? Try to get back at me? You got a rematch anytime.
Great respect being shown. It was McChesney's day today, but John Rodin will have many, many days in the future, as I think John Rodin, here tonight at 2PW, just hit a new level, just rose to the occasion, and showed he's going to be the man sooner or later in 2PW and beyond as well. Thank you for watching the inaugural event of Prospect Pro Wrestling. My name is Joe Dombrowski. We'll see you next time.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.